Conference teams for the.
What's wrong, man?
It's going down,
Lakers.
and then down, and then. Oh, I was just jamming. Remember that song?
Back in the 2000s?
Yeah. Down.
What year was that, like 2000?
I don't matter.
I like it, Shaq.
Hi, Ernie. I'm so happy to be here.
How are you, Shaq?
I'm doing fabulous.
Here we are inside Studio J, inside the NBA, presented by Kia. Comes your way next. Highlights of all four games tonight. And we are having a game
I'm
show tonight.
guaranteeing a win, America.
A game show.
Good luck, guaranteeing it.
Later tonight.
I'm guaranteeing a win, America. Trust me. I'm telling you right now.
That's a bold prediction there, Shaq. That's a bold prediction.
That's 10.
Episode 10.
I know this is not my lane.
Do you have a lane? Keep your towel on, please. That's our advice to Channing Frye.
Don't expect me to just be up here and sugarcoat things for you, but I appreciate the call, and, you still suck.
Deontay Wilder said he wasn't going to make excuses.
I was disappointed he tried to use the costume as an excuse.
Maybe you should have kept it on.
I mean, I almost went through a whole six-pack by the time between the introductions of both of them.
You believe we're talking about Joe Burrow's hands?
Joe Burrow, listen, I made it through my life with 9 inches. You'll be fine.
You want to reword that?
No,
Yeah.
I don't actually.
9 inches.
Oh,
See, America, I was right.
Ernie's got some meat hooks.
Yes, he does. I knew it was going to be. Ernie got some meat
9.5.
hook.
How big are your feet, Chuckster?
17s. That make up for my small hands.
We always finish up the show with Chuck's answering machine.
Chuck, I heard you say that Goodfellas was one of your top 5 movies. What are the other 4 movies in your top 5?
Obviously, Braveheart. Liar, Liar is up there for me.
Hey, Charles Barkley. So let me tell you a quick story about you and my mother. You played roulette with her, and you'd let my mom rub your head for good luck, and it was the best time she ever had.
You know, I love roulette.
Roulette.
Roulette. I was going to say
Roulette.
brunette. Yeah. I play 1/3 of the board, and it doesn't work. It's amazing how far that ball bounces.
Try another third of the board, dude. Golly. I've never spent more than a half hour in a casino.
I've sat at a table for 20 straight hours before.
I don't doubt that.
I love it.
Yep, obviously. And we hope you love this podcast called The Steam Room. And next week, episode number?
11. We getting to the toes, y'all.
All the way to
We ran out of
11.
fingers. We getting to the toes.
Subscribe to The Steam Room wherever you
Let me tell you
subscribe to
something.
your podcast.
Every young basketball player
should listen to The Steam Room.
No, listen to the Steam Room first and foremost, but listen to Channing Frye.
Yeah.
He was amazing today. And every young kid in the NBA or young kid in high school or college should listen to him today. He was awesome.
He was. It was and great memories of his days in Cleveland and the championship and everything else. What?
I have a suggestion for the steam room.
What?
Why don't y'all dress like you're in the steam room?
TK does that for
No,
me.
but you should.
Yeah.
No,
hey,
that's
listen,
okay.
hey, we're doing well. We've been downloaded like 700,000 times.
That's all?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I thought it was 25 trillion.
no, that was just this week.
Oh, okay.
You heard about Shaq and I's?
Yeah, Dumb and
Okay.
Dumber.
No. What's it called?
6 Rings.
6 Rings.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Coming soon to a
Liar, Liar
podcast.
is really one of your top 5 movies?
You know, I love Liar Liar. You
One
don't
of
like Liar
one of
Liar?
your top 5? Did you mean Dumb and Dumber or Liar?
No, Liar Liar is better.
All right.
That's you on Rose podcast.
I got something for you, Ernie.
Play better than the whole. I don't think
You're
so.
right. You're right, Mason. You're right, Mason.
What are we talking about here?
Got something for you.
Oh, Alex Caruso. I love it.
Caruso, good pass, Caruso.
Yeah, thank you.
Good look, Ernie.
Remember, that was Kenny,
Oh, okay, that's-
Kenny called me that when we were doing the Minnesota Laker game.
Oh, push it, Ernie. Elevator, Ernie. Elevator, Ernie. There you go, elevator, Ernie.
I really don't think we
Okay,
can
you get a
rehash
7.
this again.
Hey,
What a gun, 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 and you.
I got some good news. My friend Don Kowalski.
Elevator,
texted
Ernie
me.
with
He's
2
alive.
balls. He drops one.
Love you, Don Kowalski. Hello, Judy.
Womp, 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 womp.
Oh, push it, Ernie. Push it.
Ernie. EJ with the sweet J.
That's nice.
Oh, I see you, EJ.
Another
Yeah.
person who used to text me all the time, too, named Sean Bunt. Sorry, Sean. I haven't heard from you in a long time. Warriors suck.
So, did we see some video of your daughter trying to dunk?
Yes.
Was that a temper rim?
That's a temporary.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different
Shaq
angle,
Stadium.
so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, Shaq Stadium.
It's impressive.
Look at my baby. Yep. Show him, Shakir. That's at the crib. Do it again, baby.
You got gym in your house?
Of course. Do it again, baby.
Emblems everywhere.
Get up, baby.
Wait, Shaq, you got a gym in your house for real?
Yes, I do.
You got too much money, man.
I have a question.
That's a nice
Did you have that
gym,
gym
man.
when you were playing?
No, I just.
Did you have a gym in your house while you were playing?
I added it on, thanks to you guys.
Wait, what do you mean thanks to us guys?
I just added it on.
Thanks to us guys.
We clearly paying you too much money.
No,
I can't even afford a gym on the beach.
I'm only making $68,000 a year here with you guys.
I'm gonna give you the Fat Joe speaking a little bit.
What?
We
Tell
just saw
everybody-
Fat Joe at the All-Star
Yeah,
game.
he
What a
was
good
like,
brother.
If we really love each other, you're supposed to make sure we all have the same amount of money as you.
I got you.
Okay.
Chuck got scared for a second when
When
that
I do-
dude.
I did. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, El Picante, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I got nervous.
I was in Vegas in the casino.
Vegas.
With my mom in the
a story.
casino in
Hey, he
Vegas.
said, I got a story from my mom and you at the casino. I'm like, oh!
I can't believe they put this on the steam room. All right, Shackton's next. With Dame Lillard out, C.J. McCollum has averaged 32 a night, but the Blazers are still outside the Western Conference top 8. All-star Domantas Sabonis and the Pacers, number 6 in the East, but the top 4 well within reach. We're heading to the Fieldhouse for the Blazers and Pacers on TNT. Blazers and Pacers called by Kevin Harlan, Reggie Miller, and Kristen Ledlow, followed by the Lakers and Warriors. As we welcome you to TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Auto Trader from Studio J in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson, Shaq's here, Kenny's here, Chuck is here. This is no jacket look tonight here for
No jacket tonight, man.
Sarah hates your outfit, too.
Well, you know, my man Dapper Dan
What is
told
it?
me he cannot, do not wear it.
What are
with a
those
jacket.
things? Are those honeybees?
It's honeybees. Shout out to Harlem Dapper Dan, man.
Is it honeybees?
These are, I don't know what kind of bees they are, but they
You put on something you don't know what it is?
I don't know what kind of bees. I'm not a biologist.
First of all, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
What kind of bees?
You're a biologist.
Hey, what kind of bees are they?
You're a doctor. What is a guy who studies bees?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
They're all over,
Biography.
though. They're all-
Biologist
they're all
sounds
over
good
the
to me.
pants. They're all over.
He's got bees all over his pants.
I wish I knew the name. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, underdog. What's somebody who studies bees, man? Oh, thanks. He's looking it up. Then you know that nobody knows what it is. Anyway.
Okay. Oh.
What?
LeBron's not playing in the second game?
No, he's not.
Oh, my goodness. We got the Warriors against the Lakers without LeBron.
Yeah, that's in game 2. Let's talk about game 1.
It's like
Let's talk about the Indiana Pacers. It's easy, presented by Auto Trader. See, everybody was saying, hey, look, what a start for Indiana. Wait till Victor Oladipo comes back, and trying to work his way back into a rhythm, just 3 and 5 since he's come back, and he's only shooting 33% and 25% from deep. So the team three-point percentage has gone down. The offensive rating has gone down. The defensive rating has improved from 10th to 8th. Typically, I mean, how long do you give like a Victor Oladipo to say, let's get to being back to Victor Oladipo?
I wouldn't judge him even on this year, honestly. I don't think you can have that injury jump in and be judged on this year. This is just, are you healthy? We're going to see if you can play. Can you be implemented in? And then, you know, it's different between rehabbing all summer and working out all summer. When you work out all summer, your jumper's on, your timing's right. He'll get an opportunity now to possibly work out all summer and not rehab all summer.
He's played 8 games. He's missed the last 2 with a low back. He is back in there tonight for Indiana.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to Jeremy Lamb, who got hurt seriously.
Out for the rest of the year with the ACL.
I just wish you the best. You're a great kid, a hell of a player. You'll get well soon. Actually, I think that might help him with Jeremy being out, because now he's going to get consistent minutes. Because, you know, he was trying, Nate McMillan, who's probably the most underrated coach in the league, was having a hard time trying to figure, like, how do I make this work? You know, they had a good first half of the season. You bring back an all-star player, but you're like, I don't want to just bench these other guys. So I think what's going to happen now is, I think with Jeremy out, he said, okay, Victor's got to play now. I ain't got to worry about trying to squeeze all these guards in. And so, unfortunately for Jeremy, but I think what's going to happen now, I think you will see a more cohesive unit because he's going to get consistent minutes.
Pacers are just a game behind the Sixers in the loss column, just 2 behind Miami in the loss column. Big reason for all of that is Domantas Sabonis, Shaq.
Yes, he's playing well. You know, Chuck always says not as good as his father, but listen, he's shooting the ball well, he's rebounding, he's playing defensively. I think the problem with Oladipo is not really a problem, but it's hard for a superstar to say, you know what, I don't have it, let me be a role player. You know, I think when he came back in, he was trying to be the Victor Oladipo of old, and it's kind of thrown the team off a little bit. If he just take his time, let all the other guys do what they do, and he just say, you know what, I'm a role player until I get 100%, I think they'll, you know, look much
Yeah, but like I
better.
say, the injury is gonna, because he's a ball-dominant guy.
True.
So now with Jeremy out, he gonna get the minutes, he gonna get to dominate the ball more. But the best thing the Pacers got going for him, who did you say that they got ahead of him?
Philadelphia by a game on the loss side, Miami too.
And they're gaining on the Pacers real quick, going back with them two teams.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's going to be very interesting. Without Embiid and Simmons, can the Sixers win any games? Because
they're winning big tonight over New York, by the way.
Well, first of all.
Well, any games. You said any
stop. They're
games.
playing
But
the Knicks.
so here's that race for home
Who they
court.
playing, Chuck?
They're playing the
first
New
round.
York
Yeah.
Nothings.
Indiana, meantime, their last two games without Oladipo. So they lost by 46 at Toronto and then beat Charlotte by 39 in their last two games. Let's move to the Portland side of things. And this is where it gets interesting, too, in the Western Conference in the race for the number 8 spot. Because Memphis holds it right now. Portland is one of 4 teams tied in the loss column with 33 losses. Portland, New Orleans, Sacramento, and San Antonio. 3 behind Memphis, and the Grizzlies are coming back to the pack a little bit. They've lost 4 in a row.
But that's unfair, Ernie, because the reason the Grizzlies have come back is they lost Brandon Clark and Jaren Jackson. You don't lose those 2 young guys who were playing fantastic all year. But
That's a deceptive stat right there. Because
they 3 games.
No,
That's 3 games.
But it's deceptive in this regard. You're 2 games under 500. You got to win. You have to go 7-game win to get to 500. 500 is going to get in.
Yeah,
I believe 5 and 26 and 33 is much further away, even though in the percentage columns than 28.
And I'm gonna make a prediction here.
Do I need to get? Hold. Is this worthy of going on the wall? All right.
And this is a big if. If the Portland Trail Blazers get healthy, they get those 2 guards, they get Nurkic back, nobody's going to want to play them the first round of the playoffs.
That's not something to predict. That was weak,
If it's
man.
Wednesday and it's raining and it's 78 degrees
I wasted a
outside,
Post-it
Nice
note.
time raining.
That's
Man,
not
that was one of your weakest takes of all time. If they get
Stop
healthy.
Ernie talking just to say that.
Man, alive.
First of all, he didn't pay for those Post-its. Don't act like you paid for them.
No, they sent me a whole bunch of big box of
So I'm
them.
trying to get rid of them for you.
But it's the environment, Chuck.
But,
It's
I-
the environment.
I think Shaq and I said it. I think Portland will make the playoffs.
But no, Ernie, I stand by what I said the other day when y'all laughed at me, because you just talked about 1 of 14. My Sacramento
Which
Kings.
hole? Which thing?
My Sacramento Kings going to get in.
No, they're not going to get in.
They're going to get that
Hey,
eighth
let
spot.
me ask you a
Why?
question.
But you have New Orleans in there too, Sacramento and New Orleans.
Nope,
both
just
making it.
Sacramento.
No,
So wait,
I
has
think
your-
if we check the wall,
Has your boy shaved yet?
Shave what?
Harrison Barnes said he's not going to shave.
Who?
Harrison Barnes said he's not going to shave
Who-
until they get
I don't even know who is that.
Play for the Kings.
Oh, Harrison Barnes. I'm sorry, yeah. He said that?
Yeah, he said
he on the
not,
team?
He says he's not going to shave until they're below 500.
Oh,
does
I don't know.
Shaq not have New Orleans getting into the playoffs and Sacramento? New Orleans will make the playoffs on January 16th.
Yes.
Yeah, and Sacramento will be 7 or 8.
And I
He still,
stand by it.
he actually still got a chance on both of those.
Thank you.
He's going to be wrong twice.
Okay.
So that
Shall
means
see.
Memphis and Portland don't make it.
I think Portland going to make it.
Yeah, but I'm
I
saying
do as well.
it means Memphis and Portland don't make it if those 2 teams are.
I stand by what I say, America.
Oh, how confusing.
Sacramento.
All of that going on, and Kenny's got no jacket. Anyway, I'll tell you something. Underdog, do you have an answer for somebody who studies bees?
Kitty got a
Blackjack.
part-time job doing blackjack. Keep them coming, America.
Part-time blackjack deal. That's hilarious.
Underdog says it's a melitologist or a bee.
Is that what it's called, a melitologist?
That's according to Underdog.
Oh, that's not a good source.
Oh, but he went to Wikipedia, so he's all over it. Twitter's up and running. Kenny looks like Mr. Rogers pulling up to the casino.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Valeting cars in between commercial breaks.
Hey, my man, park this car for me, homie.
You can't hurt my man. You cannot hurt Kenny the Jet.
Not at all.
Hey, Kenny, leave me up front, dog. Leave me up front, dog.
We're at the field house for game one of our TNT doubleheader. Indiana hosting the Portland Trail Blazers. And Carmelo doing what Melo does. Blazers got a 49-43 lead at Indianapolis. Welcome, everybody. American Express Halftime Report. Ernie Johnson, Big Diesel, Round Mound of Rebound, and the Honeybee. All with you.
All day, baby.
For the American Express Halftime Report. It's an interesting look.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what? I like the fact that you take it out there, man.
I'm owning it. I'm owning it.
You are owning it.
Just don't wear it again.
We're gonna
better own it.
We're gonna shout out my man. Come on, you know Dap. You know Dap.
I know Dapper Dan.
Hey, let's go right into it. You know what it is.
I do know Dapper Dan.
Okay. Hey, but listen, I'm gonna go right into it.
Oh, but can I do the teammates first?
Okay, I'm sorry.
American Express teammates.
It's going right into what you just said.
All right, it's awesome. Here they are on the Portland side. C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony combining for 22. Damian Lillard missing his fourth straight game. Obviously, their leading scorer with 30 a night and 8 assists, fifth in scoring and sixth in assists, but they are without him again tonight after that groin injury. So, 49-43 game. And now you were saying.
No, I was looking at Collins sitting on the bench, Nurkic sitting on the back, and Lillard. So a lot of those guys who are playing those extensive minutes, and they're playing well, they're not going to be playing extensive minutes. They're going to go to the bench. And I got a new name for the bench.
What?
The Killer Bees! Oh. The Killer Bees! The Killer Bees! Yes, indeed. The Killer Bees is all beat out right now. But I'm going to tell you right now, Anthony Simmons, this guy is aggressive. And this is what I like about him. There's aggressiveness in the pick and roll. Because once he gets in it, you freeze it here. You see Whiteside there? He says, no, I'm going to trying to get 2 feet in the paint. So we let it roll. He tries to get his 2 feet in the paint, knock down, jump shot. Great young talent. Then you got C.J. McCollum running in, and I think his role will change. Whiteside, when Collins and Nurkic come back, he might be in the second unit more, so he could be an offensive rebounder. And again, now you got 5 guys. You got Nasir Little, you got Wani, you got Swanigan. You know what? I'm going to Indiana. I'm going to Indiana. I'm gonna finish this out in Indiana.
You could fly there.
Leave that suit, too.
All right, Simmons, let me take your place here. I'm going to be a killer bee. So I'm coming in here, and I'm getting into the area of the floor. Now I'm putting pressure on the defense. Swanigan rolls, I can have both options. So I'm going to rewind, let young fella do it, and show us how it's done. Get me out of here. Here he is. Get in the paint, young fella. Get in the paint. Finish it, Swanigan. Indeed. And that's what I'm talking about.
What'd you bring back from Indiana?
Got some honey. Killer bee, baby.
Are you a killer bee or you a honey bee?
Killer bee. Wu-Tang forever. Wu-Tang forever.
You ain't no killer bee. You a honey.
Wu-Tang forever. I'm a killer bee, man.
You a sweet bee.
Man, what is that?
Man,
Shout out to
hell?
How long has that been back there?
What the hell?
It's bees in the house, man.
Come on, man.
That's frozen bee.
Looks like engine
Come
sludge.
on, man.
What the hell is that stuff? Oh, my. What were you, change your oil pack?
Wu-Tang forever, baby.
You want to bumble with the bee?
You want to
That's the one, man, Dulé Hill. I think it's Dulé Hill.
Yeah, anyway, so, Shaq, how do you follow up that?
I want to give a kid a shout out. His name is Caleb Swanigan. Doesn't play a lot. He averages 2 points, 3 rebounds. He's from Indiana. He's playing his heart out. I want to give him a shout out.
Purdue.
Listen, he's out there playing hard. And there's an old saying in the NBA, especially if you're not a star, if you don't play. When they call your number,
be ready.
Be ready. And this kid's ready tonight. He's at the crib. His mom is there. His dad's probably there. And look, he's doing all the little stuff. He's going up. He's playing hard. So I want to give this kid Caleb Swanigan because I didn't know who he was. And I'm like,
had a great college
okay,
He played at Purdue.
Yep. 3 out of 4, 75%. Nice move right there. I like this kid, so I want to give a shout out to Caleb Swanigan.
Shaq, he made himself an NBA player. I think he lost like 100 pounds in college.
Yep.
Really worked his behind out and made himself a player. And what's interesting, he played for Sacramento. They just traded for him. He came over in the trade.
Okay.
And he played in Portland, got traded.
Back in Portland.
Yes, and that is a perfect
Playing
example.
hard, though.
He plays hard all the time. But to me, that's a perfect example of what's wrong with your Sacramento Kings. They went for guys who got...
I don't need you.
No, I'm just telling you something.
We're 3 games out. We're 3 games out.
You always been 3 games out.
Don't matter.
But there's a perfect example.
Don't talk about my king. Talk about your sons. I don't need you talking about my.
How about talking about Caleb Swanigan? How about talking about the Blazers?
I don't want your advice. Thank you.
I'm not going to give you any advice.
I don't
You're
want
going
it.
down
Thank
with
you
the
very much.
Titanic like you always
Don't matter.
Caleb Swanigan's
Better than
career
the Suns.
high is 11. He's
You're
got
better than
6 in the
your
first
You'd rather
half.
have the Suns roster than Sacramento's roster.
Okay, so
I bet you that.
why y'all record worse than us?
We just growing.
Yeah.
We're growing. One of our best players was
Y'all
on vacation
suck.
for a
Y'all
minute.
suck. We 3 games out and y'all ain't never getting in. Y'all suck.
Vacation.
We don't want your advice. Shut
You're watching the American Express Halftime Report. American Express, official card of the NBA.
Still to come tonight on TNT. Game 2 of our double dip. Anthony Davis.
He
will
got the
play
same. Well, y'all not making
for the
fun. He
Lakers
got the same Gucci on. I do. What's up? He got the same.
as
Anthony
they play
Davis,
the Warriors.
He should rest too.
Kenny's honey looking like a lava lamp.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
Looking like a lava
Hit
lamp.
him, Ernie.
I don't know. Yeah, look at that stuff, man.
Gotta hit him, Ernie, with
I've been just J.A. That can't be his name.
Players of the
Somebody
month.
name their kid J.A. and stop.
Players of the month.
It's some Shaq, it's got to be some more stuff
And
going
the
on.
Greek freak.
Yeah, it's got to be some more letters. You just can't stop at J.A.
That's not true. Ja Rule.
Oh, man. Maybe he was named after Ja Rule.
Makes me want to go to the Fire Festival. All right, so. Give me the update. Give me the update on the All-Star balloting, would you please? In the Western Conference, by the way, LeBron James has taken over the top spot overall, going from 3rd to 1st.
Ooh, this is interesting.
I'm not mad at this list.
But here's the deal. That's in order of votes, but in the front court, it's LeBron and Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard with Paul George 4th. Doncic and Harden are in the backcourt, 1 and 2 with Lillard 3rd.
Well,
Alex Caruso, look at him. He's 6th among
Ernie, your son looks good out there.
backcourt.
Listen, this is set in stone right here, Ernie.
Yeah,
I like
think
this.
so.
That's
too.
gonna
And
be
it should be.
And it should be, correct.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll say the same thing about the East.
Why not?
Well, because let's look at it. Giannis, Embiid, and Siakam in the front court. Trae Young, Kyrie Irving would be the backcourt right now because Jimmy Butler is 4th in the front court.
Well, see, listen,
And
You gotta change the rules.
you got to change the rules.
Well, this is the fans who they want to see.
Yeah, I know that.
It's the
but
second
see,
returns. It's not
Look
it.
at, see, we just can't be letting everybody vote.
well, there's going to be it's the fans, it's the fans, it's the players, it's the media.
Last time we let all these people have an opinion, we had a catastrophe on our hands.
Oh, what are you trying to say?
White House.
What are you trying to
White House.
No.
Can't let everybody vote.
We can't let everybody have an opinion.
Now, is Trae Young an All-Star?
He's playing all-star-like, for sure. There's no doubt about it. He's playing all-star-like. And,
If he's not voted in as a starter,
it's close.
should-
But
if
according
he-
to Shaq's rules, he has to get in.
No.
Because you said it's not about the team, it's about the individual.
They have the worst record in the league.
go again, Shaq.
Stop. And you just said it. He's playing all-star-like, so you're correct. Okay,
Right.
You're right. You're right.
I would say...
The team had that. Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Winning matters.
No, winning does matter.
Winning does matter.
Winning
That's
matters,
matter.
but I would say
I'm told
that it's extraordinary numbers that he's putting up.
Melo in 2015, 10-win Knicks, and he was an All-Star starter. So Trae Young with the 8-30 Hawks
All-star
right
is singular. Don't forget it.
Yeah, I just say
All-star.
this, sir. I'm not saying that
By many
his team
points,
is a
rebounds.
The
charisma.
only reason he gets my consideration is the numbers are astronomical.
Thank you.
They're, even though he's on the worst team in the NBA,
I thought the Hawks would be better.
But the John Collins suspension,
that hurt.
That hurt.
That's
That
not,
hurt.
No, but I
They
thought,
were actually playing decent.
No,
They were close to 500
because
before he
you know
did that. They were
DeAndre,
5-5.
the guy I thought was going to be in the conversation of Rookie of the Year, DeAndre Hunter, has not did what I thought he was going to do. Cam Reddish has not did what he was supposed to do. Like when you get 2 lottery picks, you should not have the worst record in the NBA. Listen, you know I like John Collins, but when this season started, the Hawks had 2 of the top 10 draft picks. I'm saying, man.
Yeah, but just because you're a lottery pick don't mean you're going to come in the first year and
Your
do
first
work.
year.
Yeah, but you should not have the worst record in the NBA.
So the fans have Trae Young and Kyrie Irving as the starting backcourt right now.
Well, they
Kyrie
can't
Irving
do
has
that.
played 11 games.
Listen, Kyrie can't make the All-Star team.
Why?
Because he hadn't played.
Played 11 games.
I'm just asking. I don't want no problems.
You don't want no trouble, man.
He hadn't played.
Yeah, I think that Trae Young is kind of like when we were voting with Russell Westbrook with the MVP. It's like, all right, usually the top 2 or 3 guys were the top 2 or 3 teams, but the numbers that he's putting these triple doubles up for the year, the whole year. Even though they're the 6, 7
Most
seed,
valuable player.
you have to think about that.
Let me say this. If the fans really were paying attention to the game, Jimmy Butler should be leading as I
agree with that.
From the guard position.
Over Trae?
Yes.
Yes, over the Miami Heat. Yeah,
yes.
But Jimmy Butler's a front court guy.
Thank you.
Oh, he is?
Yes. Yeah, see?
So you got Giannis, Embiid, and
paying
Siakam. And
attention as
Siakam's
usual.
been out for a while, too.
Siakam did.
Well, let me just say this.
He deserve it early.
Other than Giannis.
Trae deserves to be there.
No. Let me just say this. In the Eastern Conference, other than Giannis, Jimmy Butler should be an all-star. Jimmy Butler. No. This is just my opinion.
Even with the amount of games.
No, I'm saying just in just my opinion, Giannis and Jimmy Butler been the 2 best players in the Eastern Conference. And I'm going to tell you something.
Tell me something.
If my boy Bam Adebayo...
Oh, Bam is going to make it.
Okay, thank you.
I said
Bam...
People are going to make the All-Star.
Bam should make the All-Star.
Bam
is
but he's not going to make it.
No, Bam's going to make it. That record, and he's averaging a double-double, 18 points.
I understand that, but the people don't know who he is yet.
Bam will make it. No, the coaches.
This will be a way to let them know who he is.
Bam.
Y'all better start voting. Y'all better start voting for Bam Adebayo.
Yeah. he is an all-star.
Shaq and the Fool coming your way next here on Inside. Got our picture on him here.
Oh, whoa, these are kind of cool.
Where are we?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Kenny, you giving me your balls, too, because you don't play golf.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Thank you, Ken.
And got
That's really cool.
my favorite
Here,
number
Chuck.
32 on there.
Thank
I'll take one set.
Chuck.
You can have the rest.
Thank you. I'm the only one play golf, me and you, Ernie.
Charles, one thing, be gentle with my balls. Okay?
This is makes up for my my PlayStation.
Hey, look. I'm not grabbing his balls. You grab it. Go ahead. You just go ahead. They're going to stay right there. You can have them yourself. If you want them, you grab them yourself.
Ernie, Chuck's grabbing my balls.
Hey,
Give me my balls.
Hey, Kenny and Shaq, thanks for the balls.
Is this like 10th grade or am I shooting too high? Lower?
Hey, thanks, Ken.
7? 6th grade. Okay. 5th grade.
Hey,
Time for
listen.
Shaq and the Fool.
They love, oh, my gosh.
Got a lot of balls to talk.
The Celtics and Sixers, then Russ and the Rockets in OKC as we welcome you to TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Auto Trader from Studio J right here in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. So later tonight, those fans in Oklahoma City, and you know what good fans they are and what a place, it's a great place to watch a game, and they're going to have a chance to say thanks for 11 years of all-out effort from Russell Westbrook, 8 All-Star appearances, an MVP out there. Can't wait to see that later on tonight. What do you think it's going to be like?
Electric. You know, Russ is a man of few words, so he's probably not buying into the whole thing, but the emotional standpoint of, you know, playing that many years in one franchise and what you've done for that franchise. But even underbelly and missed in this is that he's coming back with James Harden, the guy who helped them get to the finals. So 2 of Oklahoma's draftees, the guys who had built the franchise, they're coming back. And under midst of that is Chris Paul got traded. So it's going to be a lot of emotion going on, and we're going to see who steals the show. Is it going to be James Harden who steals the show, or Chris Paul says, hey, remember me, Houston? Or is it going to be Russell Westbrook saying this is the homecoming? To me, there's a lot of storylines, a lot of plots inside this one game, other than just Russell coming back.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I mean, I think you got a guy who's going to get treated like a hero and deserve. I probably respect Russell Westbrook more than any player I do in the NBA. That guy never cheats a fan or a teammate out of effort every night. Is he a perfect player? No. But that man gives 100% effort every single night. I think they're going to do, like they gave Kawhi a video tribute and gave him a standing ovation. I think it's going to be even more emotional and a big deal in Oklahoma City tonight.
You know, he gave his heart and soul for 11 years, and the way he exited, he did it the right way. He went upstairs quietly and said, hey, I've been here 11 years, it's not working, I'd like to move on. They obliged him, they traded him. So, you know, we've been to Oklahoma City a few times. Classy fans, going to be a very classy event, but like Kenny said, he's not buying into it.
Oh, yeah, because Russell's emotional.
Yep.
So he's going to buy into it, but what's going to be interesting is Chris Paul. The dynamic between him and James Harden, to Oklahoma City, they're in the playoffs. I thought they would have a good team because I told you, I think Chris Paul's the best leader in the NBA. He's unbelievable.
I think we all said the same thing, Chuck, though. Like, they're a playoff team if they keep it together. But this is not a team that you possibly would keep together. Like, this is a team that could, go into 6, 7, 8.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not going to be a number 1, 2 seed. But when you got a leader like Chris Paul, you got Steven Adams, who, other than Rudy Gobert, is probably the most underrated player in the NBA. And Chris Paul is going to play hard. He's not worrying about his age or his contract. I think he's out to prove something because, the thing did not work out in Houston. That, to me, was going to be the interest dynamic, James Harden against Chris Paul. Because they're going to do that fake love like they like each other. And they're probably going to shake each other's hand, and they both know they hate each other.
And that's how it's supposed to be, though, right?
No, they don't like each other. But I'm saying they're going to fake like everything's good. And then
that's
Chris
what I want to see, two people that don't like each other out there competing.
Well, we can go out. Here's the court right here.
Oh, you already had that. You got a left-hand layup on him.
Make it light
right before the last night in the New Year was on.
May 19th, Shaq versus Charles, one-on-one.
So that's later tonight, that game. Let's talk about Joel Embiid's situation now. And you saw how grotesquely bent out of shape his index finger or his ring finger on his left hand was. Thought it was dislocated. And now it's ligament damage. And tomorrow he has surgery, and then he's going to be reevaluated in another week or two.
Well, listen, to me, this is the turning point in the Sixers season. They're going to be without Joel a long, extended period of time. It's time for Ben Simmons to step up and become a leader. He is the second most important player on that team. But Shaq knows, Kenny knows, when something happens to your best player, the next best guy got there, he's like, okay, I got to be the leader. There's a lot of pressure on that young man. He can handle it, but, they gave him $170 million. Hey, they gave me $170 million. I'd do anything.
I agree with Chuck. We've been letting him off the hook because we've been focusing on the big guy, but Chuck makes a great point. Joel's not there. Team is yours now. 1-2 punch, the 2's gone or the 1's gone. It's all you by yourself. You definitely got to go to work.
Well, Al Horford was brought in for moments like this. They weren't sure if Joel could last the whole season. He hasn't really shown that over his career. So the insurance was having an all-star-like player in Al Horford that could still be his role. I think for Al, increasing his role is going to be just as big as Ben increasing his. I think he doing what he's done for Boston and not what he's done for this team so far.
Yeah, but Kenny, first of all, I like what you said about my man there, but that's not it. It's Ben Simmons, because Al is going to do what Al does, but Ben is a walking triple-double, but now he's got to be a leader. It's time for him. Like, me and Shaq get on Embiid because he should be in the company the best player in the league. Ben Simmons an all-star. And he's got to pick it up, but he got to become a leader. And that's the biggest problem with my Sixers, I call them my Sixers. Listen, they got talent, but they need some leadership. And it comes down to Joel and Ben, and it's time for Ben right now, with Joel being out for a while, to go to that next level.
Horford starts in the middle tonight. Mike Scott starts at one of the forward spots for Philadelphia with Joel Embiid out, needing surgery tomorrow. on the left ring finger. There is Kemba Walker.
You're watching TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Auto Trader. Finally, it's easy.
I saw Charles Barkley this morning. Seemed like a pretty cool guy and smaller than I thought. Hall of Fame or not, I would have gave him buckets.
I know you would have.
Back in the day.
Hey, I know you would have.
Who is that?
Listen, little fella. Hey, listen. Listen, I'm not that tall. But I was a handful, brother. You might give it to me now, but back in the day, I'd have gave it to you.
Whoa. You're still a handful.
I would hope you're in the league.
See, all these guys want to challenge you now when you can't play anymore.
Come on, Ro. Come on, Ro.
Kenny with the lead.
Step it up, bro.
And you're going hard, and Phil Westman. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't decide if Russ is going to have a huge game or if it's going to blow up in his face. I don't know.
Have a huge game. He always.
Kemba Walker, 13 points, all in the first quarter for the Boston Celtics, who have lost their last two and face a Philadelphia team tonight, minus Joel Embiid, and they'll be in that state for some time as Embiid has to have surgery on his left hand. It is 55-48 at the break. American Express halftime report. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Charles, and Kenny. I want to get into this Embiid thing. So how much trouble are the Sixers in right now with Embiid facing surgery?
They're not in. They should be able to play. I mean, Ernie, if you look at the Eastern Conference, they only got to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. The Celtics are decent. Miami's decent.
Toronto's decent.
Yeah, so when they get Embiid back, they're going to be the second best team in the Eastern Conference.
No, they should be.
They're going to be. I do not think Milwaukee.
But right now, they're the fifth best team in the East.
I know that. They have underachieved. But I'm asking you a question.
You expect them to overachieve without Embiid?
I think they're going to flatline. But when they get Joel Embiid back, I'm still thinking that the only team that can beat them, I think the only team can beat them is the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm just telling you.
The American Express teammates, without Joel Embiid in there, the scoring for the Sixers coming from Josh Richardson with 15. Al Horford starting in the middle tonight has got 7. Ben Simmons, 8 points in the first half. And you were saying, you and Charles both, now's the time for Ben Simmons to elevate.
Yes, elevate and become a leader. Two types of leaders. There's a vocal leader and the one that leads by example. Ben needs to, do a better job of leading by example. Right here, you got to play with force. You're 6'9", you're getting the ball. You're the guy now. Joel Embiid is out. All the shots will come to you. Right here, I like this. When Ben does this, we love him. You got to play with force, right? Cause the defense to collapse. You can kick it out right there. He missed it, but he needs to play with force. You play with force, what's going to happen, Chuck? The other guy's going to follow.
Yes.
Right here, they double team. Great thing. You're not a jump shot. Dive to the basket and get it. And this is the Ben we love right here. Okay, you're going to back off? That's all right. I'm still going to get by you. I'm going to play with force. Because, again, when you're the main guy, you play with force, he don't need a jump shot. He go, penetrate, kick to the guys like Josh Richardson who can get 15.
Kenny always says something that's really important. He talks about the best thing about Steph Curry, he controls the pace of play. Ben Simmons is not a good shooter, but he probably, to me, other than Steph Curry, controls the pace of play for that whole team more than anybody in the NBA.
Doncic?
But Doncic, he can do his stuff in a half court. Ben's not going to beat them in a half court. He can only beat them with speed. Like, he's not going to score like Doncic. Doncic is a hell of a player. But Ben, his number one attribute is his size and speed.
Well, who will lead Philadelphia in scoring in the time when
Tobias Harris.
Well, yeah, this is interesting because this is one of the few things that these guys have never been. In college, I was maybe the guy scorer for the team. But in the NBA, after my second year in the league, it was like you're the number 2, 3 guy to score. So when Akeem went out or when that number Clyde Drexler went out, how do you become that? And the mentality that Tobias Harris or Josh Richardson, what they have to have is you're not trying to do what they do. You just have to do more of what you do well. So meaning, for me, I was like, I have to get the ball free throw line to free throw line. I used to get it maybe 10 times a game and push it there. Now I got to do it 15. I'm going to shoot this spot up 3 over here. I was shooting it 3, 4 times. Now I got to figure out a way to get it 7 times.
I'm not doing what they do. I just doing what I do more. And that's when you become more of a scorer in those opportunities when your best player or your best scorer is there. But if you try to say, okay, I'm going to start running pick and roll. Like, that's not your game. You just have to do more of your game in those absences of great players.
Yeah, but Kenny, listen, the biggest problem with the Sixers is leadership.
Okay. I'm not.
We're 40 games into the season, and you can't tell me who their leader is.
And when you say leader,
Now, do you expect Ben Simmons to become a leader?
What type of leader? Vocal leader? Pointing people out? Lead by example?
It's a combination of both. There's times you have to call guys out when you're a leader, but most of the time you lead by example. But you can call people out. But I'm saying, with Joel out, it's easily Ben Simmons.
But I'll give you an example, because I've seen you do it, and I've seen guys who weren't the best player of the team do it. It's real simple. When you ever see the ball, guy catches it, he puts it under his arm, and he starts doing this, he's the leader.
No.
He's stopping
Not all the time.
He's stopping
Not
the
all
play.
the time. Stop it.
Who else can stop the play of everybody else to let them know we need to get something? That you don't see a lot with the Sixers.
Twitter